Oh yeah!
Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Today, we are going to check out the new DLC. We're going to check out some fellow creators' content, and then we're going to go into the Viking Park and play around a little bit. So, I think the first thing I want to do is actually go and look at a couple different creations I've kind of been eyeing on the workshop. So let me go into that and look around a little bit. Oh, they updated these coasters, nice. Actually, probably be easier if I go into my workshop, check out the subscriptions, update available. So let me update that. And let me just go through and hit all of these updates. Update any of these on here that say update available. This Dragon Con ride was just fantastic. I really enjoyed that. That is such a good recreation. That's a bucket list roller coaster for me. When it opened back in 1995, I believe, or 90, I think it was 95. It may have been 96. It was the first roller coaster to have 8 inversions. And oh yeah, see, these all have updates as well. And kind of getting above 7. Of course, there are more and more coasters that have that many, but still, it's kind of like the threshold that just most manufacturers aren't really crossing for some reason. There's still not many coasters with more than 7 inversions. Hey, Bromik, welcome! Here's the code for the final draft of the Gerstlauer. I actually already got it. But I do thank you for that. I actually went in first thing to go and update all of these creations here. Oh, I missed one. Yeah, okay. I think that's it. I'm not seeing any others that say update available. If I did miss one, then it's, that's fine. Let me actually go check out. I want to see what you did. I know I had to check out JP's Park, too. I'd have to go back through last night's stream to get the code again. Or I could just, you know what I could do, actually? That's easy. If I just go into his creator profile, View Workshop Creations. That is the one. He created a separate code for that for some reason. So what I'll do, I'll go back through and unsubscribe from the old one. Whichever one it is. I'll check it later. I need to go through them for you. some stuff out where there's a lot of duplicates or things. One second. I'm taking a few minutes kind of getting set up here. I'm just gonna go into a default sandbox just to check that out. I'm waiting for JP and Jimpers. I hope they make it on tonight because I did want to check out their stuff. Let me see your updated Gerstlauer here. I'm looking forward to that. Oh yeah, instead of that real tight helix, you did extend this out a little bit. Oh, it has another inversion. I was right next to Hershey Park today due to my job. So disappointed it wasn't open. Oh man. Wait. It's the middle of September. Hershey's already shut down for the season. I mean, I know they have like their Halloween event and stuff. Going up. Oh, I like that sign. That's new. Oh, I like that little house there, or hut that they have. Oh, during the week, open on weekends. Oh, okay. Ooh. Yeah. I like that. Definitely smoothed out. It does seem like a couple of the elements have a couple interesting, and a couple spots even a little bit jerky transitions. Although I don't really think that's a you problem. I think that's more so just kind of the way some of those I mean, unless there are some that you handcrafted and some that you used the stock inversions. That's the only thing I could think of because some of them are kind of wonky. I have this right an Ordic name, but feel free to rename it. Oh, Skogsra, maybe? That's actually really neat. I like the additional inversion. Right here. I think that's an additional one. Yeah, oh, 2 additional ones, because it has 9 now. Alright. I know I was just talking about that kind of right about the time you came in. I was updating Dragon Con, but there are very few coasters. Well, I would just say very few, but comparatively few that have more than 7 inversions. That kind of seems like the magic number for most of these coasters. But this is neat. And I just like how it fits in the small blueprint, and I really like these wooden platforms here. The laterals are still really high in some spot, and I'm curious where that's coming from. That's a relatively intense ride. I do want to look at this. Ooh, it drops there. I wonder if that's a little bit... I'm curious. Yeah, fear's good right there. I don't know, maybe just to the point it slows down. It gets less exciting for them, but I disagree with that mechanic. This is all around a Rockstar ride. I really like this. Yeah, okay, look here. So for some reason the intensity spikes right there. Go to the previous run. The excitement remains high. The nausea spikes, and it's gotta be from the G-forces. Oh, that's exactly it right there. That is very high on the lateral Gs. It's a little bit high there, but it's actually your peak is right here in this curve. I don't really know what you can do about that other than maybe, without trying to expand the blueprint too much, possibly a curve up and then over this way. Almost like a teardrop turn instead of that real short one. Oh, well, look at it right here. Yeah, there's almost no banking on it. Probably because of the awkward transition through that corkscrew. I would say one thing that you potentially could do to mitigate that is if you do the second half of the corkscrew by hand, keep that banking into here, and just keep that turn steeply banked all the way up. That might mitigate that kind of negative, or well, it was negative on the chart, I think. But that lateral G spike. Oh no, it's positive. It's negative here, probably because it's a left turn. Yeah. And then the laterals get a bit high over here, but I don't think they're quite... No, they're definitely not as high as that right there. Overall, this is a fantastic ride. I like the theming a lot. So you kept the separate stations. And... okay, so you've got two, and they actually look a bit different, and I like that. I didn't notice these yesterday. Either I missed it, or you actually didn't do it until today. But these wooden, like, carvings on the columns, I think are just such a nice additional touch. And then if you take a look at the lanterns through here, I think that was there yesterday. That's such a good station touch. You could probably... those were added. Okay, you could probably add a couple over here in the exit station. Or I could. In either case. Yeah, these Viking columns are so cool. It's so funny how different you and I are in Coaster Review. So long as I get the 3 green EFNs, I'm good. I never looked at the specifics until I started watching you. That's just the target for making the ride, I think, the most enjoyable in the game aspect. Real world, aside. But I think on a coaster with -4 plus lateral Gs, that actually would be physically painful to ride in the real world. I could be wrong. It definitely would make it uncomfortable, but... when I build coasters, I always try to keep those EFN ratings in the green, and overall it's super good, but I think with the the lateral G spike there in the middle, that kind of brings it down where the well, I didn't mean to edit it. Real world, I'd be out of a job. I don't know about that. Well, it's hidden there, but it really does taper it down. I don't agree with the way the EFN ratings are calculated in a lot of circumstances in this game, though, so. But yeah, no, that was really well done. Okay. Didn't you have an RMC you wanted me to check out? I'm spending a little time doing that early. Oh, look at some of these. This must be one of those new, Actually, no, I'm not totally sure. Oh, somebody, of course. Somebody, day 2. I'm surprised it was only day 2. Somebody added the Haggard's motorbike coaster. I knew that was gonna happen. I said they had. They just had to have added that in to, give a nod to the Harry Potter. Is this it right here? Revenge of the Wildcat? I saw that earlier. But I thought you had mentioned, like a racing RMC. I'm gonna check that out. I've actually not been on Wildcat's Revenge, but I have a little bit of idea how the coaster goes. Wildcat turned out better. Oh, okay. That was some good time, hang time at the top of that there. Ooh, nice. Ooh, whoa, that was a bit abrupt. I was not expecting that. Very cool. I like this. I like those signs that kind of separate the entrance and exit platforms, but they're all kind of just in one extended station, and I actually really like that. The coaster is great. Look at that. Very nice. That looks like a lot of fun. I would ride that in the real world. Oh, wait! I can ride it in the real world. I've not been to Hershey Park in so long. In fact, the first time I was there, the original Wildcat had only been open for a couple years. And I never got to go on it. That's a ride that I heard was really good early on, but it didn't age well, and As you can tell, they obviously decided to let RMC take care of it after that amount of time. I believe it just got so rough it was almost intolerable. A very nice coaster right here. It doesn't take up a real large footprint. I thought it did. Very manageable size for the coaster. Yeah, when you saw it for real, you were oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know, too, I think I missed your comment about the floorless coasters yesterday, or somebody had said something about it. Because I said the B&M floorless is one of my favorite types of coasters, and Lomeganis was like, no, that's my least favorite. I'm like, oh man, you're missing out. But hey, no, I get each has their own preference. I was on the original Wildcat when it opened, and then a few years later, and it did get worse with age. Oh man. Yeah, understandable. I know that happens sometimes. Let me go in and check out JP's park. He wanted me to look at it. I don't know if he's here. Probably not. He usually vocally announces when he's here. Which is fine. Did I get the expansion pack? Yes, I did. Oh, he built the tunnel over here. That's really cool. Yeah, this looks really cool. Oh, we might be sitting on this for a minute because of the other train. They won't launch it until the station. Or at least a block break or something like that. But yeah, this looks really neat. I don't know why it's artifacting. That's gotta be... I don't think it's my card. I think it's the game's graphics engine. I could be wrong. It does seem like this game is doing that a little bit more with my Radeon card. But, I mean, it's not terrible, it's just a little bit distracting. Oh, of course! As soon as I hit the button to speed it up, it launches. Oh, another one. Very cool. Just gotta fix that part of the building right there. Almost stalls out at the top. Great platform with the camera. And, oh, I thought we were going in a tunnel. It's more of a gorge. I like that. Little terrain work there. Yeah, that was nicely done. Cool. What else? Hold on. It is. It is stuck at the very top. Who would have ever thought? I'm not making fun of him for that. I'm actually proud that he managed to pull that off. That's... I mean, you get a rollback a lot of the time, but I don't think I've actually ever seen a roller coaster stall out at the top before. Alright, let's see if we can help him out a little bit with this one. Yeah, well, that's the problem. His... Oh, and you can see the car spinning still on the track when it relaunches. Oh, that is funny. And again, I'm not making fun of him for that, but that's so funny how that just manages to perfectly stop at the top. It doesn't barely make it through, but it doesn't roll back. Like, that is a picture-perfect speed to get that to happen. We're going to turn the launch up to 62. I think that's going to help it out. Yep. Nope! Oh! Alright, so what we need to do here is boost the, Well, actually, you know what we'll do? Is we can look at the test and see what the max speed it's reaching. 36 miles an hour. That's the problem. So I think, honestly, even if we temper it back down to where it was, what we need to do is boost the acceleration rate, so it gets a little bit faster through that. Is Big M what they call mock rides? Yes. Okay, yeah, and it makes it through that totally fine now. That's going to be a bit rough. And look at that, you go through the brakes and they're spinning like tops. Oh, man. That's pretty cool. Yeah, look at the nausea on that. I mean, it's still plenty in the green, but that tells you. Alright. Whoa! Oh, man. Could totally do a mythology theme for that ride. And theme it around, I think it was... Oh gosh, Topsy-Turvy. Huh. That's all I can think of is that song, Topsy-Turvy from... I don't think it was Hercules. That might have been. I don't remember for sure, though. It's been so long. But yeah, that's a pretty cool one. And then we already checked that out, and I don't think that has changed. He can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Yeah, I don't think I could either. You know what I really did enjoy, though? When I went to Busch Gardens earlier this year? Oh, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Topsy-turvy. Something else. Topsy-turvy. And it's just like, it's almost disorienting watching that, on the screen. And I just thought of that when I was, doing the preview of the ride, and it was just spinning so crazy. The only Ultra Spinner that I really know of is Time Traveler. I think Steel Taipan, only the back car spins. Otherwise, they're all your standard forward-facing trains, like on Copperhead Strike. Well, cool. I like the progress that he's made with that. And those sci-fi tunnels on that launch coaster were really nice. Now I want to go into this. Oh yeah, Ride to Happiness. I forgot about that one too. Is that an Ultra Spinner? But now that I actually have the DLC, I can look at Vesper's Kitchen. Did they add, vacant table 06? Are there... Where are the... Oh, they're right down here, okay. That's cool, you have the little balcony to look over. They did a good job with this park. I actually really like it. Oh, yeah, okay, then. Yeah, I'm not sure. This looks really nice, though. I'm gonna say they did a good job with this park. I mean, you would expect them to. They're the developers, but yeah, still. I'm impressed. Well, let's see if we can go in and get to the, I want to check out the theater. And I would just slop them down somewhere, but I think it's just easier since we have access to this park and the devs kind of featured. Cabin orbit. Oh yeah, okay, you can. Oh, and that probably raises you, okay, so they have, it looks like 3 rows. And then you have 3 columns, like left, center, right. So we'll go with 4. And it looks like there are 9 seats. Alright, so that is the very center of the ride, in the front row. Now what I'm not sure is how they raise up, if these front seats end up being the lowest or the highest. We'd probably have to watch from off-ride to look at that mechanic. Or just build it, slap it down, and have it not out in the open somewhere. Anyway, what I was gonna say, when it comes to the spinning rides, I was actually, gosh, at Busch Gardens, Cobra's Curse. I actually had a really fun time on that ride. It did not spin too much for me, which I'm not huge on spinning rides, but the ride, you go forward for the first half, or for the first half, but for the first third. The second third you go backwards, and then the third kind of final section of the ride, the trains unlock and you spin. And the spinning was pretty mild, and the coaster was actually a lot of fun. I mean, it's a relatively mild ride, but the draw to it is the theming, which is really good, and then the spinning. Ooh. Except now we're looking like up at the top of the screen. Oh, it tilts you. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. I would totally do like a flight sim, something like that to put in one of these. No, you've got all the space. And it looks like it kind of just cycles a few times, and you kind of go to, I'm supposing, some different planets or, well, the galaxies and all that other stuff. And it looked like we were going into a black hole and the screen cut out and the ride ended. Oh, man. I mean, that's kind of cool. Oh wait, is that something new? Look at the thoughts about the ride when you go into the testing and stuff and you see that needs music. Yeah, definitely I would add some music there. Or if you have a video with music, then it can play that. Change image. Oh, and they've got 4 different ones that you can watch. That's actually pretty cool. Now I wonder if you can just slap a TV down and display those. The woodland rising over the ruins. Ah, that's cool. So they got a few different options. And then you can adjust the movements based on how your video moves. So yeah, that's actually pretty elaborate. It might be tough to set up a really good sequence off of that. You'd have to do a lot of experimenting, I think. But that's really cool. It looks like you can customize a lot of stuff with that. I would like to check out... okay, this is the motorbike coaster, I believe. No, is this the Vekoma family coaster? Yes, okay. There's only 2 trains. Okay, so this is the one in the station. Look at this station. It's actually really nice. All the architecture and stuff. Oh, come on. I didn't mean to click out of that. There. I mean, it's a Vekoma kiddie coaster, so I would not expect it to be overly thrilling or anything. Alright, here we go. Oh wait, it's got a circular lift hill. Or partially. With the drive tires, I guess it can turn. That's some pretty good airtime for a kid's coaster, I'll tell you. then you go underground. Ooh. Almost like you're in a keep or a dungeon or something. I mean, after all, the park is called Vesper's Keep. Oh, those are janky transitions right there. And then back into the station. Not bad. I want to see the motorbike coaster. And I believe that one is here. Junior's gonna have nightmares. Look at the line. This demonstrates the square ends to the paths, which is really cool. I like that. Makes it a lot easier to build around stuff. You can kind of corner off your cattle pen, so to speak. Alright, so there's that. Let's give that a go. This would actually be a really good coaster type if you wanted to do like a terrain-based coaster. Oh, a drop. Oh, yeah, that's the switch track. Okay. I'm curious how those work. I mean in the game mechanics. You get a nice backward section. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not ride motorbikes backwards at home. Drop track. Oh, and it just drops you right back into the station. Okay, I see that. Alright, not a bad ride. I want to check out the swing. That's another big feature ride in this update. Park's making money. Ha! I want to check this out. They take a bit to figure out, but they're an excellent addition to the game. Seems like it. Oh wow, this thing is really bad capacity. That's, yeah, okay. I mean, I thought it held more than 4 people, but good lord. So, be prepared for long lines for that. You might need to build a couple. Oh, whoa! It tumbles. No thanks. I could do without that. Whoa! Now, I wonder if you can make it so it doesn't tumble like that. I'm sure that's an... Oh, gosh. That's almost like making me a little bit dizzy trying to watch it. Especially slow right over the platform like that. No. No. That might be a no thanks type of ride for me. Let's see, you can... Oh, you can. Okay. So you can make it swing, you can make it do singles, doubles, triples, quadruples. Wow. Yeah, there. That's too funny. Oh man, yeah, the context in the game. There goes my chief beef burger. uh, I found that way more funny than I probably should have. Alright, let's check this one out. This is the, this I think is the kind of feature on the Intamin, multi-launch, the Blitz. What a good coaster type to add in. Looks like it starts with a launch and a corkscrew right away. Well, that's cool that you can make it swing without going upside down. You can create a milder version of the ride, and then you can make a moderate and just an absolute wild. I think that's the way I would do it because there's capacity is so low. Is I would put multiple of those and make them kind of function differently. So if you want the most mild, you just make it swing back and forth. And if you want it to go extreme, you start doing a ton of flips and all that crazy crap. And then you could do like an in-between. The giant swings, like what they have, the Serengeti swinger at Busch Gardens. It used to be that they had a mild side and a wild side, that one would go way high up in the air and the other would swing much more modestly. I know you can do that with this in this game. Oh, a rollback. Oh, that's cool. Sends you back a far way, but that's going to be like a really sick launch. Oh, and even then it still barely clears that top hat. Oh, that is really cool. That's the best coaster in this park. That's the best new coaster type in this DLC, I think. It's going to be the most versatile. I don't really care much about the motorbike one. I mean, that's kind of cool. It would be a good terrain coaster, with varying intensity. But that's definitely the highlight. So, yeah. That's really neat. I'm almost just tempted to kind of keep building on this and see... Okay, so here's the park entrance that you gotta walk down. Oh, wow. Okay, then you've got the big ring. it's a half ring. It takes you out down that way, then you walk up to the kind of the plaza of the castle, and then you go back there to that ride. And then over this way to, I know the theater was over here somewhere. Oh, it's in the center. Okay. And then, yeah, kind of curves around. So it's an interesting configuration. It's just such a long walk to get to the park entrance and to exit, but I really like it. It's compact. There's not a lot of room to build, but the scenery is so good. I was just going to ask if you were going to build on it. You know, I thought about it, and you probably could add some stuff. We've got a lot of extra room to work out. I mean, all of this land out here is unused. But I imagine it would be kind of difficult, really, to work your way out going through, because all this scenery and the landscaping is so dense. Like, you'd really be making like 2 different areas of the park. I don't think I'm gonna really spend much time with this. It was cool to check out. That might be something I would consider doing, possibly returning to another time. Kind of build upon that, but I think I'm gonna exit out. I want to go back into the Viking Park. So I think what we'll do there... Man, of course, this is going to look bare compared to the Frontier Park, but I mean, they put all that work into that scenery. That just takes probably hundreds of hours of game time. No, it's raining again. Well, not a whole too much lot that you can do with that, but we go in and take a look at the coasters. So your new coaster types here are, gotta find them in the list. So you've got, oh, that's your first one right there, the kiddie coaster. And then your other 2 are Intamins, or Automax as they call it. I don't generally call it. Must be nice to get paid to build parks in PC too. Oh man, I could only dream. Alright, here's your bike and sidecar. So I'm actually just going to slap one of these down and we can take a look at the different train types and stuff and some of the different mechanics of the coaster. So you've got your launch. This is your straight track, pretty standard. Then you have the rails and your third type. Looks a little bit more like your classic. And then your special track types are going to be kind of back here. So you have your switch, your banked switch track. Oh, you've got a couple different types. Left. Oh, it shifts that way. Interesting. I'm not actually sure how all of those work. Your third one is offset like that. Your fourth one is angled. And then you have those going to the right. Flat switch track types. So non-banked turns. You'd have to be braked. Switch track right entry. Not really sure. I wonder if that has to do with building it right in or out of the station. Turntable. Oh, and that just lets you change the angle type, and that lets you backwards. They sure have a whole bunch of those. Drop track, reverse drop track. spring lift, I guess it takes you out that way, and then a reverse spring lift. Okay, that's kind of cool. So you've got several different options. I don't think these can go upside down. Cannot. Okay. And if we go on to that, yeah, you have your non-inverted track pieces. So that's all pretty much the same. Oh, that's cool. A non-inverting loop. I mean, that kind of, in a sense, inverts a little bit, but not exactly in the sense of an inversion. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so the trains are not switchable. They actually feature both types of seats depending on, so you've got the bike one where your legs are loose, and then the sidecar where your feet can have a... I mean, I guess you could put them on that platform, but you're higher up there. It's kind of interesting staggered seating. Okay. Oh, that's a pretty interesting one. I don't think I'm going to do too much with that, but it's cool. And then if we go in, the last type is the LSM Raid. Under your multi-launch. Track type 1. Track type 2 is that lower rail. And 3 is the... Oh, no, it's not the Blitz type. That's kind of like your bike. Okay. This one you have all the typical inversions, can go upside down, all. And your rolls, non-inverted pieces there. And then your, you have your multi-launch. Dual direction. Same switch track types, your turntables. Oh, but there's no, so for this one they don't have drop tracks or spring launch tracks or anything like that. Not that I saw. No. Okay. I think they still need to implement like station pass-through launches and stuff like that. Not tonight, but the next coaster I tackle is going to be this type, I think. Yeah, it looks like a really good versatile type of, Oh, this has like the, This has almost the same, harness type as the mock launch. It's pretty interesting. Unless Jimpers challenges me muscle. Alright, what we can look at, if we go into the flat rides, they have the, Oh, so your theater is kinda indoors. No, it's not. That's actually out in the open. When your entrance and exit are all on that one side. That takes up a lot of land. Wow. I actually did not realize it took up that much. I am curious, though, just to see the other... Oh, so they rotate upward like that. Okay. So the front is the highest up. The middle is second row, and your third row is the lowest. Oh, you know what? This would be a really good one. You get to, like, fly through the forest. Is, like, your, is perfect for, like, a Nordic sort of Viking. Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay, now you're up over the canopy. and then you can adjust the ride sequence again. Ah, that's pretty short. Above the Highlands, I'm curious about that one. You should record an Alaskan flight for this ride. That would be really cool. Oh, you're gonna... Oh! It cut off. I thought you were gonna fly through the building. That would have been really cool. Wow. We saw the cosmos and then the rising over the ruins. Kind of like a rocky island in the middle of the ocean. Oh, now we're in the ruins. It's like flying through the catacombs. Okay, now we're over the ruins. Alright, that makes more sense. Yep, and some more. Oh, that's pretty cool right up there. And there's a guy walking. And some more ruins. It makes me wonder if you have to actually add more sequence items to the ride to make it longer and watch more of the video or something like that. Now that's pretty cool though. And then the swing rides are... yeah, right there. Alright, and that you can put them on 3 sides. Okay. How does this set the default price at 45 bucks? No wonder nobody would ride it. And then, so that would be like your most mild. Then of course you would have to test it since you changed the ride sequence. The floor there lowers. Hold on a second. Oh, I see, the arm kind of pivots to make them swing. And it still is tumbling. Well, and now kind of how you can see the way the ride, how it kind of interacts there. Now it is absolute monsoon in this park. Interesting, I selected swing with no cabin rotation and it still is swinging. Wonder if that's gonna... Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Seems like that is not functioning as it should. So that actually seems kind of broken. Interesting. Let's see what the weather's gonna do. Oh yeah, it's gonna clear up. Okay. Rainstorm though. Gonna mess up some stuff in the park. Alright, so here we are. Oh wow, look at that. Look at the line for the kiddie coaster. Or the, oh well, it's not kiddie, but family coaster. Who's stuck? Oh yeah, somebody over here at the restaurant. Yeah, so it looks like that isn't quite fixed. Pickpocket's getting in trouble. Angry cow ride. Alright, while we're in here, I mean, we can still check it out with the different scenery themes. Now we have the sorcery, you've got all of these different things, the bottle lamp. It's a few different bottle lamps, an orb. That's interesting. It almost fits a little bit of a sci-fi theme in a sense. That does, not the rest of this. Gargoyle statue. Yeah. Oh, nobody's afraid of spiders. Gross. Gross. Spider webs. Ooh, that's large. Some additional gargoyles. Sphinx. That's really cool. We've got these giant crystals. Can have a lot of fun with that. You've got a single crystal there, the different lamps. So here's your picnic bench for the restaurants and stuff. And then you've got some additional statues. Tree types. Here's all your different buildings, so you get these like townhome brick walls, and then you have slate roof, and then you have the keep stone walls. Some magic potion. So that kind of more pops, and that is more of like a steady mist sort of thing. Magical smoke. Of course, you can change the colors, which is pretty neat. And that is... oh yeah, that puts out more of it. Okay. You've got your benches. And your trash cans. Okay. Yep, so fully set group of scenery, which is pretty cool. And then your staff, the new entertainer. Okay. That's a giant! Oh my gosh, look at him! He's like towering over all these other people. Like they must be like training him to walk on stilts or something like that. Oh, look at this poor guy. You can just see he's sopping wet. I don't think he's too happy. Well, his mood is okay. Yeah, I'll be happy when that rainstorm ends. Well, she's dry because she has an umbrella, so is she. So that's some pretty cool stuff. Angry Cow Ride has almost nobody on it. Yeah, we can probably replace that. Kinda get tired of listening to it too. So we've got... this looks like it's become a hit, though, which is pretty cool. That's a good sign. Becoming popular. JP, what's going on, man? Hey, I checked out your park earlier. You've done some really good stuff. I like those tunnels, those sci-fi tunnels that you made. And then your mock ultra spin, it was so weird. It actually stalled out right at the very top of that first inversion. Like, it didn't roll back, it just got stuck and sat there right at the top, and the cars were spinning. So the tweak for that, I would tell you, is just wait, these aren't connected to paths? What in the world? Is just increase the acceleration, because your your coaster's not hitting that top speed. But it doesn't need to, you just needed to boost the, Oh, none of these were connected to paths because they were elevated. So weird. That one still is not. Well, maybe it is now. I don't know. Oh, we've got a mechanic coming right over there. Perfect. Yeah, you did a good job with that, man. Yeah, sorry I didn't get to it last night, but I wanted to focus on a couple things, and it was getting time for me to jump off, but you did a, Oh, you thought last time when you tested it, it made it through the circuit. Yeah, for some reason this, when I looked at it, it just stalled at the very top. So, it was... I mean, I was laughing. It was really funny. It's not making fun of you for that, but that's just... You have to have the speed just perfect for it to stall out at the top, because any faster it makes it through, and any slower you get a rollback. So... I was like, man, I gotta give you credit to, I gotta give you credit for actually pulling that off. That's a tough feat to get the ride stuck right at the very top. Man, I can't wait for this thing the rainstorm to go away. It's like almost never rains in this park, and this is the second time we've had just a colossal monsoon here. In recent days too, so you're gonna switch to your PC to look at it. Alright, yeah, let me know what you find. Alright, Angry Cow is slowing down. Now it's speeding up, and now there's absolutely no one on it. I need the park bench ride after all these spinning rides. Well, maybe a nice casual stroll on the train. Everybody be happy to be on the train right now. Choo choo. Oh, and this is jam-packed for people to buy umbrellas. Hey, hey! Look at that, it stopped... It stopped raining, and everybody put their umbrellas away all of a sudden. And then they took them right back out. Like, that was just everybody at the same time. Like, all the umbrellas disappeared and they all came back out. Oh, no, it says light rain now. Okay. Rats. Gonna get the sorcery pack and build some blueprints with it. Yeah, heck yeah, man. Sounds like a good plan. Alright. Alright, we're gonna get rid of that. Easiest way to clean up litter or barf on the ground, just delete the tile where the stuff is, and it goes away, and then you can just rebuild the path. Voila! Alright, as a tribute for the angry cow being removed, I really can't believe I'm doing this. You could say you removed it. I'll show myself out. There it is. Oh, I love it. Cow gives one last big hurrah. Actually, it'll probably not be the last one, because here we go. Can't resist. Oh my gosh, that's a big sign. The dying cow lives. Yes, the cow reborn. I really can't believe I did. Oh, that's still like massive. Alright, so we're gonna have to scale that. That's actually still quite. Ha! There it goes again. I'd still like to scale that slightly smaller, but yeah. Hold on a second there. No, that's got to get moved back up. We forgot to actually accept the position or confirm it. So I'll slide that up back like that there and shift it over a little bit. Maybe up a tad more. Ah. There we go. Couldn't resist. Okay. Alright, so let's see what we got there. Established. That's also established. That's got good prestige, though. I'm still wondering about, well, no, we don't have to because we already built the coaster, but I was thinking about changing that up. Maybe we could put some other shops opposite this because we got the two chief beef. All right there. Alright, now Bromik, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put your Gerstlower. It's compact enough, but I still think we'd probably need to move a couple things to squeeze it. Honestly, I'm thinking right back here would be a really good spot for it. I would love to. I don't want to take this out because I worked hard on it and you worked hard on improving it, and it's a great ride. I would really like to see. I really want to use Jimper's Giga Coaster, but that's just not gonna fit in this park. That ride is way too large. Corkscrews interlock nicely, but they're not perfect. I did a better job getting the interlocking corkscrews on the Medusa floorless in the mythology park that I had done. But I mean, those came out nice. So, or maybe there's a maybe there's a way to do something with that there. If you save the Hyper as a blueprint, you could delete it, put down Jimper's Giga, and then try to refit it. Yeah, I mean, I could do that, but here's the other thing why I don't really want to pull this. Is because this has this really nice interaction with this terrain over here. And I know Jimper's Giga will not interact with any terrain, it'll blow right through it. And I'd like to try to... Oh! Out! Busted a picnic bench right in front of everybody in here. That's funny. Maybe get somebody to replace that. That's pretty rapid though, that's good. If I put Jimper's Giga anywhere, it would have to be up top somewhere. Kind of coming out this way, or on the opposite side of the park, and there really just isn't much room to work. This is weird because this is not really well squared. It actually extends kind of more at an angle out this way, and then it cuts up over the top and back here. So the park layout's a little bit non-conducive to that, but I think I'll find a place that we can Jimper's Giga in another park. Maybe we'll fix that terrain up. Right over there. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the area that I wanted to do like the water stuff. So I'm thinking your Gerstlauer would actually fit quite nicely over here. If we needed to modify a little bit of this terrain like here, we could. But I don't want to touch this since this goes through that and then up through the cliff up there. Which I think it just this ride interacts with the terrain over here really nicely. If anything, I would have built it kind of further out on top of some of this otherwise unusable terrain back here. Crime caught on camera. Alright, who did it? Ha! Wait, they're walking back. Oh! Oh, that's such a funny interaction right there. Like, the guard comes over, he looks at the can, and then they start walking away like, oh, I didn't see anything, and then he runs up and gets them and kicks them out of the park. Oh, man. Alright, we got... Oh, look at that. We're running over to fix it. Yeah, these janitors are great at getting over and repairing vandalism. You can tell he loves his job. I'm kind of curious what the security guards look like when they're not happy. If they just mope around and just let criminals run rampant or something like that. Be curious to actually experiment with that, but not really in this park. Well, it looks like the effects of the rain aren't too bad, but I'm worried that that could tank the park rating again. Reputation's high enough. Unique attractions, though, we're down to 23, so we need to build 2 additional ones to get that up. Especially after we took out the angry cow and replaced it with the cosmic cow, which honestly I think the drink shop over here is more useful anyway. Tell you what, I mean, other than the restaurant up top and then the gift shop over here, that's really like a highlight of the station. Or of the highlight of stations in this park. Tell you what, I hope... I think maybe we should probably build another pool before we delete this one, but maybe we should set the first flower up or something over there. Kinda, we'd have to build out, but I'd like to redo some of this path to kind of make it more conducive for people to get to here without really having to go through all of the pool stuff. It is a little bit cluttered. Alright, tell you what, we're going to go ahead and shut this down. And I'm going to grab the delete tool and just start kind of taking some of this stuff up. We're going to try to... revamp as much of this as possible. I don't want to delete the... Yeah, look at that though, that's... Well, you know what we can do is just take... And then what we could do is tear this up, build, kind of redo this path over this way, tie it into a proper plaza over here, and extend it out kind of up this way over toward, I think that's going to be the footprint where we're going to put the Gerstlauer. Seems like it just makes the most sense to go there. And, from there, we could actually build a small tunnel, perhaps, through here. Have it come through. Or... no, there's not really room for the path to go around it there. So... unfortunately. So maybe we'd have it go out this way. And, kind of tie in up over here, kind of make this the water park section. probably have to remove this and replace it somewhere else. Could do the terrain work to make that happen. Who done it? Yep. Well, I have no way of knowing who broke the benches over here. I don't know. Oh, somebody's getting away with that, though. Somebody did something over here. Oh, we got busted. Ha! I think people are starting to get a bit mad. Probably because they're damp after all the rain. Probably just need more shelters or body dryers or something like that for when it does rain. Because people don't want to be caught out in the open, but they could also just go get umbrellas. I mean, come on. A vandal caught? Man, everybody's like wrecking stuff over here. It's like she's going over to fix that trash can. Very well done. Oh! Hey, that's a nod to RCT2. And maybe the original. I didn't mean to do that, but you click on a balloon and it pops. Like, oh, man. And just go around and bust people's balloons. Oh, look at this. They broke more benches over here. Holy cow. Man. Somebody broke that. I saw her do it. She's out. Out. Yeah, this is getting to be a problem. We get a lot of vandalism in here. We've got a lot of security guards, but I think their coverage might not be optimal. Oh, that's a bit of a problem. Give me just a second. Alright, so let me go up here. Let me grab the blueprint for that, Gerstlower. No. Oh, you gotta go to blueprint, that's why. Source, there we go. Alright, and let me grab that, and, oh, it's gonna be a little bit tighter. Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to do that there. Gonna be a slight... No. Rotated it looks. That actually works perfectly. So let's slap that down there. And... no, because you have to grab the scenery and pull it. Alright, so what we'll do is rotate it, get it into place, and then we'll just lower it to match. Man! And maybe I do need to actually use that advanced tool. Oh. That still indents slightly, but that's probably fine. Clearance around the other coaster is perfect. Yeah, I think that's going to work out really well. And if we did want to reprofile this at all, we do have a little bit of additional room to work back. Kind of right up against that rock. Actually, would you like me to build a coaster for a park? Oh, I have an idea. Let me know what it is. So one thing I'm actually thinking for this sign, I really like that. What I would want to do is rotate it to place it, kind of forward over here, so you could see it when you're approaching this area. Yeah, Bromega, just now saw your message as soon as I finished saying that. I was thinking about that. So. You know, one thing we could do too is we have these indents down here. That could be an opportunity to add some water. I'm not going to even open or test that right now, because it's so isolated from everything else right now, but we can just prep this area. Tapered that down a little bit for like a channel. There's another area where the coaster kind of oh, it's over here on this. Oh, no, that would not work because that actually goes further under. Alright, what I'm thinking we should maybe do is tunnel this actually a little bit. So maybe we could do something with that, because I am set on keeping this ride. So we could maybe do something with the water over here. It will not let me pull that back. We could have it go either direction too. We could have it go through the Gerstlauer, or we could have it go the opposite direction. Maybe cutting a little stream back this way. Almost just like a brook. What did you do a park for the sorcery packet would be sick? Well, I did get it, so I actually do plan on doing something with that. It might actually be a good effect to widen and taper that a bit. Now, well, we can mess with that a little bit more later on. This should probably be tunneled. instead of just this cavern. Or not cavern, but canyon. Let's actually do that. What I'm gonna do is pull this upward. And just carefully not to make it, almost kind of like that. And then what we can do, flatten. Kind of make that turn over that way. Honestly, this terrain back here can come back up to ground level, I think. Can I make a coaster for the park when I get the pack? Because remember, I can make good-looking rides, so I can make a coaster for a park. That would be cool. I mean, the other thing that you can do is take any of these existing coasters and, like, try your hand at theming it. That could be a lot of fun. I turned the brush size up too much for that, but that's actually probably okay. Ah! Well, I need the code for the coasters if I'm going to. Yeah, there are a lot of coasters I have that are not uploaded, but I can always follow up on that. Oh, I just gapped that. Whoops. Isn't this park on the workshop? It is. It's a very old version of it, though. Sorry, but it looks like a nose, yeah. Well, it's oh, come on. Well, it's still a work in progress. I'm trying to smooth it out to make it more of a rounded tunnel. In his defense, I don't even use terrain whatsoever because I'm so bad with it. It takes a little bit of practice. This is one of my strongest suits in this game. Doing a lot of terrain work, but it just takes practice. It's really not tough once you get the hang of it. It takes a little bit of patience. This is one of the most relaxing parts of the game for me. Just grab your terrain brush and always just use the rocks to make hills or tunnels, yeah. Crystals to light the cave? That actually could be cool now that I have them. Let's go through and taper this side a little bit better. It looks okay. I can worry about the paint and stuff later on. Let me see where there's a train. Oh, it's right up on here. Oh, perfect. Oh, that head chopper. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and fix that a little bit. So what we're going to do is just grab our brush. And you want a smaller brush size. We're going to turn it down to like 13 feet here. And push. And we're going to place it on the underside just to kind of raise the ceiling a little bit there. And we'll come back through and you can see kind of where it closes in more. So we're just going to click a couple times. Kind of round that out a little bit better. That's a narrow spot right there, so we'll just grab that, push up a couple times, and then right here is its... That's a lot better. Alright, now that we're above ground. New game idea, planet endoscopy. Oh my gosh! Oh man. Alright, and then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go back in and actually change this over to strata. Well, we've got a couple choices. We could do strata or we could do rough. It's not a huge difference, but you want to turn that up and you want to turn the brush size up when you paint. I'll merge that over a bit better. Regular rock makes it a little bit smoother. Rough rock, obviously more jagged, and then strata rock kind of segments it. I think I like the rough rock the best here, so we're just going to paint that kind of above and up and around on both sides of this cave. Man, we've got a surplus of freaking vandals today. Like, whatever happened to, like, good behavior in parks? If I ever did something like that, I'd be getting my butt kicked. I think that looks much better. Alright, and this is shut down, so we can actually go ahead and start deleting the pool. So we'll go into here, custom, and then we're just going to take the delete brush and... No, yo, what? It's because I got rid of the pool. Well, you know what we can actually do is just delete the chairs. The lifeguards won't have much to do, but that won't fire them. So we'll just delete the chairs. Well. This will actually free up a lot of land for some additional rides and stuff like that too, so... Gonna head off in a few. Will I be on tomorrow night? Probably. I'm not totally sure yet. I might try to do flight sim. I'm not sure. I haven't done that in a few days. My trial of Flight Sim 24 expired, so I actually have to buy the game. Which I do plan on doing, but that's not like at the top of my to-do list at the moment, since I still have the old one and I can use that a little bit. Honestly, that floorless could fit back here if we cleaned up around the, this dive out of the way and then kind of redo some of this path over this way. I think we'd have room to replace that. Jimpers, what's going on, man? If you have the DLC, I've made a cool multi-launch I'd like you to see. I actually got the DLC, just a little bit before I started streaming tonight. So yeah, I do have it. We can... I was gonna say, didn't you have something you wanted to show me? That you mentioned something yesterday, but that could be what you were talking about. Yeah, I would just delete these scenery pieces. We'll replace them. Man, what is with all of the, like, freaking vandals and stuff today? They're horrible. Like, the park behavior is just ridiculous today. We might move this. Shift it over here. Well, actually, also, if we're gonna move the floorless, I don't want to. So what I'm thinking is we clear this and extend the path outward up to the Gerstlauer. That can be kind of a branch off of its own and have the main path go back around this way. Oh no, somehow I've managed to delete that station. What? Man. Well, that just gives me another excuse to move the ride. Oh, we need to place, let me not forget about it, but, this. We gotta find a place to fit that. Alright, new park. Alright. Let me save. Alright, let me go in and get that. And... it's gotta be it right there. You gotta go. Alright, JP, have a great night, alright? Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, good job again on your park. Yeah, you've made good progress with that. Gotta close that window out for whatever reason to refresh the, there it is. Oh, that is actually a pretty large, blueprint. Oh, he's got a couple head chopper effects. Whoa, nice. Man, that was cool. That was a fun layout. It's a good mix of inversions, too. How many did that have? 6? Yeah. Nice. Good stats. Good G-forces. One thing that I noticed, I'm actually curious to ask. What is the purpose of where you switch the track type, like here, where you have these additional beams underneath the... Is that just kind of what they would do for, like, reinforcement of those sections, where you would tie, like, custom supports in? Or is that kind of modeled off of what they do on their real-world coasters, or do you think it just looks cool? I'm curious. That caught my eye. The double spine is put where the track exerts the least and most amount of force as reinforcement. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so it's for structural. I would imagine you could probably tie some cool custom supports into those areas. I really like the layout of this. It is a bit sprawling, but that's not a bad thing. It's got some good twists and turns, some good pops of airtime. Oh man, I missed Bralmik saying goodnight. Ah, I missed that. I'll look forward to seeing him back next time. Bralmik is cool. Yeah, Jimpers, this is really nice. I like this a lot. It's got a really good mix of airtime, inversions, twists, and turns. It's got some decent speed sections, kind of like right down here. You have that S curve, and then it comes around up into a really nice airtime hill. Right here where you've got it's not overbanked, but a steeply banked kind of air hill. Great 0G rolls and barrel rolls. I like this. No, Immelman isn't really the exact... It kind of is. Or maybe like a Sidewinder. This right here is really great. The 0G stall. That really good good mix of ride elements. The pacing is good. I mean, it does stall out at a couple points, but that is I can tell by the way that those are designed that they are intentional. And I think it kind of adds a really cool element to the ride, the hang time and stuff like that. Very nice. I always like checking the EFNs. Bralmek was, he was like, man, we have different ways of evaluating coasters because I emphasize the EFN, but that's just for park mechanics to, you know, to get people to go on the ride and stuff like that. In the real world, it's not entirely equivalent, but there are some real effects from it. But that's also, I look at those because it also helps me learn, like when I build coasters myself, what type of elements are crowd pleasers and what potentially to avoid to really kind of maximize the quality of the ride time. No real scary parts to the ride. Fears never excessive. The nausea is under control the whole time. Yeah, this is super well done. Very nice. Let me go back into here. Just looking around, kind of at a variety of things. You might have noticed this already, but when I went and looked and I checked it out, I was baffled. I'm trying to find them so you can see exactly when I refer to it. Yeah, there's King Coaster. Well, I'm not going to scope out every square foot of the park right now, but oh yeah, no, here he is right here. This wizard mascot. I mean, look how he towers over all the guests and the employees. It's like he's walking on stilts, or they hired a literal giant. JP, what's going on, man? Welcome back. Ooh. But he doesn't really have the wizard voice that I was thinking he would. Somebody broke another bench. Are you kidding me? Another one got broken over here. Who did it? Well, it wasn't these people, was it? No, I don't know. Yeah. There's a female and a male. Yeah, you were right. You know, I'm gonna tell you what. Oh, that's cool. You can mount it on the, look at that. It mounts perfectly on that, support column for the coaster. That was the female. Well, I know there's no path to that right now. I'm working on an old gen blitz at the moment. That'd be interesting to see. I'd love to see your ride modeled after something like Cheetah Hunt. There's like nobody on these. I mean, it is Planet Coaster 2 after all, not Planet Flat Ride 2. Oh no, the cow turned into a cat? No, I actually got rid of that ride, and I don't think you were here when I did, but I actually got rid of it and replaced it with a Cosmic Cow drink stand. Nobody was going on it, and it was just obnoxious. This thing always has a jam-packed line. But the appeal is really high because it actually got classic status. It's one of the few flat rides that actually could do that. Alright, I do want to save this blueprint. Working on a Murphy spinning coaster. Okay. Just thinking kind of how I want to route that up that way. Well, you know what? Actually, what I'm thinking is, I mean, we can work on that later, but I do want to give people that as a ride option so they have something to do, especially when it comes time to start removing and kind of repositioning some of these other coasters. So let's run that up that way. Alright, this needs a power facility. Let me go in and add a... Actually, these stations don't have anything underneath them, so we could actually do the power distributor in here. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Or actually, what we could do is just go into one of these. No, don't select that, though. I'm trying to run the cable here. Come on. There we go. Oh my goodness, what's going on, man? Welcome. Alright, let's go in here and do some path extras. We'll just set the Viking. A few benches over here so people have somewhere to sit. It is a little bit of a lengthy walkover. And of course, when we build out that direction, that will kind of help with that. Add a few trash cans. That's the exit station, so I think we'll actually put a trash can here. And then we can add a couple benches just over here. Give people some places to sit for a little bit. Maybe another trash can. Kinda. Maybe right there. I mean, we'll end up redoing some of that. But this at least gives people a reason to go up this way. Now we do need to run a test for the coaster. The other thing I think could be a good idea for the short term, well, it depends if we're going to remove this. I was going to say running a path kind of down through here and tying into that might help, but if we're going to reuse this plot of land there, then I don't really know. Ready to open. Test results. Turn down the price. And then, this does have a ride photo, I believe. It doesn't. Okay, I thought it did for some reason. But, well, we'll go back and look at that. Let me just make sure, because some of those rides that I built, I'm pretty sure I turned the price down. Yeah, it looks like it. I think just people aren't getting on it. No worries. Ha! Oh, he's allowed to take the train to get out of the park. Interesting. Interesting, okay. They're allowed to take the train to go home after they got busted by security for pickpocketing. That's funny. So the security in this park is nicer than I am. I make them walk. I'd escort them out on foot. Step up real quick here. Give me a couple minutes. I gotta take a quick break, and we'll be back momentarily. It's turning into a little bit of a longer stream this evening, and I'm totally okay with it. I'm having fun. Alright, we're back. Okay. Ow. I need to see these Monte Leone rides in action. I actually have not seen this run since I built it a few nights ago. It's your typical Himalaya ride. Still pretty cool though. Oh yeah, up goes the... Oh, it actually encloses over them like a ring. Okay. And that's pretty cool. I thought the canopy came over the top of it and enclosed it more like a dome rather than a ring, which is actually, that's really neat. Busted. Guest behavior is not on point today. Good thing we got a good security team. I see no real problem areas. That's a good sign. For cleaning. There's a couple spots. Yep, somebody yacked. That's getting cleaned up, and then there's a little bit of litter. Not a big deal. Overall, it's pretty good. Do we have people going up here? Did we open the ride? It is! Some 1% said it looks too scary. That is a tad bit on the high side. People are making their way up to it though, that's a good sign. This is drawing a decent crowd. Tell you what, I want to look at something quick, and I know I got to preview them on the website. Blueprints, and I'm gonna switch this over to the sorcery theme. Cause I had an idea. Man, that actually really does look cool. So, I don't know if any of you are fans of the Elder Scrolls series, or maybe at least somewhat familiar with them, but I loved, I mean I still do, I haven't played it in a long time, but Skyrim was one of my favorite games, and I'm getting Skyrim vibes, big time, from the combination of the Viking and sorcery theme, because you've got these like nice stone structures, and I really like this. It almost feels like a church, sort of. Kind of one of those stone. There's a giant church in Iceland, in Reykjavik. It's famous. I mean, it's probably not known all over the world, but it's for people that have been to Iceland. It's a popular site. And I just get like medieval vibes from a lot of these buildings, and then the Viking. So what I'm thinking about doing is starting a sorcery themed park and kind of making it hybrid Viking and sorcery. I think if we divide the area up, it would be kind of easy to build off of that. You could go off of some of the natural features, and like obviously back here for the fjord for the Viking theme, And you could do a sorcery town in one section of the park. So that could be a really cool touch, and I thought about doing that in this park, but it looks like we've taken up most of the space. That would be tougher to do. We'd have to do some major retheming to some stuff. But I'm gonna think about that. And then, like, some of these here, like, you can see the runes on the ground, and, it also kind of fits. For example, let's go in and select the Viking theme. And then you have, kind of down here, like, the different runes. The Nordic runes with these scenery pieces and stuff. So they actually, they loosely fit together. I think these are probably the two most closely related scenery packs that could mesh together in one park. So I'm thinking maybe we could do something with that, especially like with these dragon-themed coasters. That could be a really viable option. And maybe we kind of maybe repaint and retheme this coaster a little bit. We'll have to look into that though. I don't know. What do you all think? I'm gonna open up a poll. Right, it's a slim crowd, but yeah, Wednesdays are usually pretty light nights. Alright, there's the poll. Give me your thoughts. I want to try to tackle a lot of this crime. This is getting a bit ridiculous. So I'm going to go in, clear that, custom, and we're going to add some security cameras in various places. There's really not much vandalism over here, but there is some pickpocketing. Why don't they want to mount? Well, that's a decent spot right there for it. I think these all pretty much have the same range, so it really doesn't matter what you go with. Oh no, it's raining again. And the guards are in the highest peak traffic areas. Do we maybe need to hire a few more? Alright, so we got split. Somebody says start a new park, somebody says keep them separate. Interesting. Okay. I'll let it run a minute or two more. I don't know, maybe I'll ask the same question when there's more people watching. Kind of get a better perspective of what people would want overall. I can understand the arguments for all three. I personally am more inclined to do a... How somebody says yes in this park and evens it out. Oh my gosh. Alright, oh, that makes it tough. That didn't help me at all. Alright. For a temporary basis, I think we are going to run a path out this way. If it's still 50-50, you can do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Somebody else voted and said start a new park, so that's actually winning. So combine them, but in a new park. I'll have to think about some potential ideas, because there are a few things that I would really like to keep. Kind of Viking theme. Like, I really like this, but if we're gonna do a separate park, that makes it easier, because we could just do all new stuff and keep what we have in this park. I'm thinking if we do half and half Viking, half scenery. Or even, it doesn't have to be exactly half the park. Because I think the sorcery section, I think, would be a good place for a town sort of style. Like a sprawling sorcery area would be tough for a big park, in my opinion. It's kind of a niche scenery theme. That said, it's definitely possible. But I'm thinking we do a couple areas for Vikings. You want the new park, you misclicked. What did you vote for before? In this one, or keep them separate? If we end up making a new park, can I make some coasters for it? Absolutely. I'm thinking what I might do is actually like a contest. Oh, you voted for in the same park. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, either way, I mean, if you're changing your vote, that effectively makes it 75%. So that's a pretty good basis, I think, for what I should do in that regard. I may start that. I'd have not forgotten about my idea for a Yukon-themed park, so I actually may retire this one. Kind of just start over. Not start over, but I mean start a new park. And I'll just hold on to this one. Might even upload it to the workshop, let people mess with it, or open it up for some collaboration. I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll. We've been going for almost 3 hours, so it's been fun. I'm probably gonna start winding down for the evening here. I want to look and see, did they add, I'm going to go into flat rides, scenery theme, they don't have any themed flat rides. So we'd have to build our own scenery for some of those. I think we would use the same biome. Before we go, can we see the new rides? I showed them earlier before you got here. I went over the different ride types. I mean, I'll do a quick overview of them again. So, your 2 new flat rides, you've got the... Gotta go to custom. You've got this Gale Force, which actually seems to be bugged. I'm making a new coaster, so expect a new coaster tomorrow. Okay, if I stream this tomorrow, which I probably will, we'll check it out. GCI, alright. So, this here basically is your swing. It seems bugged, because you can change your rotations. If you tested the ride, you would see it's supposed to do... It's supposed to just start a very basic swing and not, See how it's tumbling? It isn't supposed to do that if you just set, like, swing with no cabin rotation. Kind of make a milder version of the ride. But like right there, it does a double. It's not supposed to do that. So I think this is bugged. I think they need to release a hotfix. It may not be urgent enough for a hotfix, but they definitely need to fix that in a future update, if not a hotfix. Can we do a POV? I actually did the POVs of the new rides too, so I would say let's go back and check the replay. So, but there's that. I'm actually not as keen on that, especially with it being bugged. Personally. The flying theater is actually pretty cool. I will say when I placed it, it takes up a large blueprint. It's quite sizable. And then your roller coaster types, you have... They released another update today, but not sure what they addressed. Oh, hey Andrew, what's going on? I have to see the... Let me check the patch notes real quick, see if they've updated it. Come on now. We have guests are trapped or something. Well, it seems like their website isn't really wanting to load right now for some odd reason. Oh, come on. Anyway, you go into your coaster types. So what you've got are the... I'll start with the Vekoma Kiddie Coaster. That is... right here. Pretty basic. Typical kiddie coaster. And then you've got the Viking sidecar. This one I actually build so you can kind of see the different... I did go over this earlier, but I'll just touch on it briefly again. You've got the switch tracks. You have options of them banked or flat. You've got 6 different types per direction. Not even really sure what all the difference is. You start on the straight section there. On this one, you start on the turn. That there, it looks like it actually... Oh, it sends you in reverse. I wish they would have labeled that. That one... I'm not even sure exactly how those... I seen it in my Steam downloads list at like 11 this morning and updated yesterday, so it is a new update. Yeah, I saw it had an update when I launched, but I also got the DLC before I ran the game, so I wonder if maybe that had something to do with it. Let me go into news, update notes. Now this is still saying 1.7.0, so I don't know. They did fix the link to the patch notes, though. They didn't go into a lot of detail about the different fixes, but they do have several listed. Anyway, back to this. You have the switch tracks here. You've got... these are your flat switch tracks, so non-banked. And then you've got a couple different turntables. That is a close variation. That sends it in reverse, and this actually does both. For some sort of a reverse drop or something like that. I don't know exactly how those work. But then these the bike coasters also have drop track, a reverse drop track, and then they have a spring lift and a reverse spring lift too that rises up. And then if you take a look at the coaster cars, I thought when it said bike and sidecar that they were interchangeable, but in this case they're actually, you've got your bike seats which are elevated, have a little bit different restraints, and then you have your sidecar which have a little bit more stable floor and enclosed. The seats are actually slightly more reclined on that, and then they have a different harness, so that's kind of cool. When you get your hands on the DLC, you're instantly making Top Thrill 2. Here it is. There. Just thinking, look. Now, keep in mind, this does not have a hydraulic launch, so you're not going to get the speed of Top Thrill 2, but you could do a ride like that. But the problem is, that I've noticed, is you cannot do, unless they fixed it. I mean, I could try it. I'm actually curious. I'm just playing around with this for a moment. Nope, as soon as it enters the station, it doesn't work. So station pass-throughs still don't work. Which is a real bummer if you like the Premier rides and stuff like that, because that really limits. I'm not a big Skyrocket 2 fan, but, I don't know. So, we delete that, though. What you could do, I think the way that you would have to do that would probably be right out of the beginning. You would do a... Oh, so these have pass-by switch. And that's banked. Exit straight, exit on curve, enter straight. Not even really. I don't understand all of that, to be totally honest. Pass-throughs before trigger. See, I've not figured out these mechanics, so I'm going to experiment with it a little bit, just to see how you might build a mock. Not mock like the manufacturer, but a mock Top Thrill 2 kind of swing launch sort of thing. Exit on curve. So I think that's what you want right there. Pass through before trigger. Can you not? I'm going to turn the angle snap on just for ease. Can only be placed. Why is that? Oh, you've got to undo the banking. Oh, so you got to do a straight switch track. You have fewer options for these. I'm honestly not really sure how this works. Because what you need is a switch, like immediately, like straight. And I'm not really seeing that as an option, so I'm not really sure how you would develop that. And then you would need to add another switch track element probably here. Man, I don't even know how that would be possible, because you'd take that curve and you'd start going forward. I honestly don't know if it's possible, because what you need is a switch track that just stays straight the whole time. And unless I'm missing that somewhere. Okay, so the switch is there. So you know what I think you would need is a... Probably that right there to hold. And the track switches. And then you'd have to do a reverse. Maybe like that? Oh, so you'd have to get the train. You can't launch it reverse at the beginning. Kind of like that. To get it to fall back, the switch track would correct it. The other thing you could do is have your station at an angle. Whoops! Oh, the straight section, that's why it, because I'm just kind of messing around, experimenting with how that would exactly function. Oh, and it would launch you that way, and it would have it fall back in, but that hold on there would be no good. That really would not work. Because it doesn't have a shuttle mode, so you'd have to complete the circuit, tie it back into the station that way. So I think the best option would be to not have it curve and just have it go straight back. Have your station at an angle. Would probably be what you need to do. I'm not sure. That would probably take a lot of experimenting to figure that out. Yeah, play around with that. Let me know what you find out if you find a way to make it work. Just smooth that back over. Let me just go back in and build the ride type. One more. You get the station. I think what you might have to do would be... the LSM hold first, and have your switch track after that. Have it come back this way, have your second launch. That's an odd one. I'm gonna go see you. Alright, have a great evening, alright? Thanks for stopping by. hanging out for a bit. I mean, your other option, I suppose, is the turntable. Would have it go. Man, I really don't know exactly how you're gonna do that. How to do like a Top Thrill 2 switch. Now, I wonder, did they do anything with the Premier rides? No, they don't have any switch tracks. And you obviously can't do swing launches, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm sure people are gonna experiment with that to figure out a way to make that work, but that should be an update that they include for the hydraulic and the Premier rides. Maybe we'll see that in a future update. Alright, on that note here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Been going for over 3 hours, and I've gotta get up and do some stuff. It's gonna be time for bed soon, because I gotta get up and go to work in the morning. So, let me save here, and I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Have a great evening, or whatever time of day it is. Hope you enjoy it. And I look forward to picking back up, most likely tomorrow. Although, I may take the night off. If I do, we'll certainly be back on Friday. Either way, until whenever, folks, take care, stay safe. We'll see ya.